Hi all, welcome to this Stuttgart FIFA 21 team predictions video. They obviously got themselves promoted back to the Bundesliga, finishing second. Bit of hard work for them though, but still a number of individual cards to look forward to, which will hopefully help their case for League SBC wise in FIFA 21. So if you can smash links, as always, would be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at GSLegend. All links are down below for both the channel and social media links, as always. Comment down below who you think could get an upgrade, downgrade, stay the same from a Stuttgart perspective. Definitely plenty of thought for this one. I think what will help their case is the promotion. Usually as we apply the +3 rule for promotion, but also a number of individual players have stood out this season. Starting off with Kobel. The Swiss goalkeeper is a 72 rated base card in FIFA 20. We've upgraded him free to a 75, feel that is deserving of him. I hope it is anyway, because if it's sticking to the usual rule, that will help the cause of the SBC. So see what happens with that one. Anton going from a 76 at Hanover to a 76 at Stuttgart, sorry. Don't really feel like he got it's like £3 or £4 million transfer. Hanover, yes, weren't most impressive this season, but I still feel Anton deserves to stay as he is. Obviously a little card mix up there, so we'll see a slight difference between him and the others in the team is what it is, I'm afraid. Mangala for Kempf, keeping him as he is 75 rated. Not convinced to upgrade or downgrade. If anything, maybe a minor upgrade of +1, but just kept as he is. I felt that seemed fair and viable. Stendhal, quite a significant upgrade to a +4 of 75, mainly due to his performances this season. Quite a number of assists in his camp and a good few goals as well to help, and I feel that will help his cause. Stuttgart, remember once upon a time he was going to be one of the key German defenders when he was at Bayern Munich. Had injuries, sadly derailed that a little bit, but still a half decent defender. Keeping him as he is, don't feel a downgrade or an upgrade is viable for him. Tommy, I'm surprised I actually got such a downgrade. I was quite shocked in this. He was like 75 rated, and now what was it like last FIFA, and then FIFA 20 was given like a 72 rate card, but it is what it is. But we bounced him back up to a 75. Very good season for him, and feel that's where he will be. Didavi, keeping as he is. He may have an outside shout, I think, of going up 1, but I think mainly staying as he is, going from what I've read of his stats this season. Endo, Japanese midfielder, going up 4 from a 71. Very good season for him, establishing himself rather nicely in Stuttgart midfield this season. Leading the line for them is Gonzalez, the Argentine striker, looking in line for a decent upgrade from a 72 to a 76. Good number of goals from this season. Yes, a few were, I think, penalties, but even still led the line very nicely and proved to be a shrewd signing for them. And a few eyes are definitely on him, not just in Germany, but I believe a few other countries as well. Wamanga Tuka, the Democratic Republic Congo striker, I believe is in line for a good upgrade from a 70 to a 74. That's what I would assume. Good season for him. Where it happens or not is a different matter, obviously, but time will tell. Al-Gadoui, another upgrade player, good number of goals. I think his game time though wasn't as impressive, but still produced a number of goals, and +4 for him to help his cause. So we go from there to the subs and reserves, and you have a few goals to still get your teeth into, which will help from a League SBC view. Mainly if these cards actually happen, obviously, but we've still got a few potential bronzes to kind of factor in as well. So Bredlow, I don't really see him happening much. It's mainly because Kobel was kind of like the main goalie this season, and I think that's what's going to play a factor. Mavropanos, the Arsenal defender on loan, didn't really play too much in Germany last season, so I was kind of like Not really sure if he's going to get an upgrade, downgrade, so I just kept him as he was. Souza kept as he was. Game time a big factor for that, really, if I'm honest. On to Kaminsky. This is when you are kind of half hoping that he would get an upgrade because of his rating. There is an outside chance that they could do that, but I'm not convinced enough because I think game time was a big factor for it. So expect him to probably stay 73 rated unless they suddenly implement the rule due to promotion and give him like a +2 or something, just to make the League SBC a bit more easier to manage. Awuja, the bronze centre back, just kept as he is. Nothing really convinced me to kind of upgrade or downgrade. Mac and Grosinger, kind of same rules apply. Youngsters really within the team. Nothing really sprung out at me to kind of justify upgrades or downgrades. Mangala, the Belgian midfielder, going from a 74 to a 75, and I would assume we'll go rare still. Could he go higher? There is a potential, but I think if anything that's where then I would have made it kind of more guaranteed. I think I kept him 75 because I was just convinced enough that's where he would be. I think a lot of it stems from, I get the impression the team must play like 4-5-1 at times or whatever, and it usually helps with like the midfield. So like the midfield maybe gets quite a lot of game time, and it's sometimes a factor. So that's like how Mangala maybe is in line for the upgrade. I could be wrong. As I said, I've watched a lot of Bundesliga 2 this season, mainly because of like Stuttgart, Hamburg, Arminia Bielefeld, Holstein Kiel, Hanover, Nuremberg and so forth. Then on to Forster, upgrade for him from 69 to a 72, half decent season for him and definitely worth the upgrade. Then Clement and Castro, I think will both do just enough to maybe stay gold. I remember when Castro was like 82 rated, and he was I think that was just a base card, and that was such a fun little card. How times have changed, joys of getting older and wiser. But Clement and Castro I feel will do just enough to stay gold. I think Clement's more guaranteed than Castro, but I think Castro still had a half. Castro's season though was still pretty respectable in 19 to 20. Obviously where it happens or not is a different matter, but I would probably say that they look at least like viable for staying the same for the upcoming year, but obviously time will tell, of course, in due course. And then finishing off the team for this is Karazor, the young German centre defensive mid. I would say is liable for a good upgrade, in this case +3, and I feel as a result looks kind of set for a half decent upgrade. So obviously see what happens with him, but that's where I feel he is most liable for the upcoming FIFA ahead. But that's where I kind of feel the team is going to go. Obviously if any transfers kind of happen between now and like the start of the season, I think like Elton comes back on loan to them from Qarabag, so he could potentially even be a gold again, or at least a half decent silver. Churlinov I think is a bronze or a low rated silver that they could have. He was from Cologne, but I think as it's Kalazach is another one to keep in mind as well. But there's definitely food for thought with Stuttgart. I would say looking at the team, you're going to have a half decent amount of goals to work with, or you should have, all most likely low rated, with Didavi being the highest rated of them all. It's just a strike force. It's going to be a bit of work to potentially get into, but we'll see what happens though in due course. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is liable for an upgrade, downgrade, stay the same for Stuttgart, obviously with them being a promoted team from the second tier, it definitely makes things a little bit more interesting. So smash like always folks, up to channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G's Legend, and I'll catch you all later.